Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I'm taking the Honda Trail 125 for a ride through some of the Parklands in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm starting off by Pope Lick Park. I'll ride through some of these. It's been pretty warm lately, with highs in the 90s, and then today the highs were only in the 80s, so I took taking the bike out for a ride, and yeah, like I said, I'm in the Parklands. And maybe they should have a stop sign there because it's not really any, right-of-way marker, but yeah, but it's been warmer, so I decided to take out this trail bike. This is public park. There are running paths and cycling paths. So you are able to come out here and run, bike, cycle, jog, any of that kind of stuff, but you can't really take a gas bike on these trails. Even though there's areas that might look really fun to take it, it's not really intended for larger gas vehicles off-road. And then I'm about to cross Taylorsville Road, which is an intersection where people typically go very fast. And then up ahead is the infamous Pope Lick train trestle, which is supposedly the home of the Goat Man, which is an urban legend about a goat man that'll jump off the train bridge or lure people onto it with a siren song voice or something, which in real life people have climbed up on the train trestle, unfortunately at the same time that an actual train is coming, and they're out on the trestle and they can't get to the point at which it levels out with the ground, so they just have to jump or try to hang off the side. And if you're out a decent distance, if you're a quarter mile, an eighth mile out on that train trestle where it's just 30-40 feet above the ground and there's nowhere you can get off on it, you're not going to be able to outrun a train doing, 40, I don't know how fast they go, 40 miles an hour, 50, 60. You're not going to be able to outrun it and get to the point where it meets the ground again and you can get off. So unfortunately, I don't think there's any evidence of a goat man, but there have been real life people that died there. So you can ride under it and see it. You can go on the walking path or the cycling path that goes under it and check it out, but I would not try to actually climb on it. And they also might give you, if there's not any trains, you can still get a ticket for trespassing up there, but this is kind of back road type areas. It's a little bit more rural, and my intention is to go... Oh, there was a deer. Probably quite a few of those around here. But my intention is to take this to the Beckley Creek Park area, because there are a number of parks that are a part of the Parklands. So there's Pope Lick Park and Beckley Creek Park, and then you can go, so they're where I started at was by Pope Lick Park. So if you go on the bike trails and the paths in Pope Lick Park and you go the opposite direction that I did when I started this video, It'll take you by the creek and take you over to Broad Run Park and Turkey Run Park and other parks over there. I don't think there's a path for cars that goes all the way through all of those, but I know I've gone for a ride on this before through some of those other parks, so like Turkey Run Park and Broad Run Park. But you know, these roads back through here, the speed limits are listed as 35 miles per hour. So should be no problem on the trail. Now I will say, when you're going on an incline, you're not always going to have the ability to hit the full speed of this bike. Now to get out here, you know, I just went all the way down Taylorsville Road. Then I pulled over to Public Park and turned the camera on and got the mic out and stuff. But that road has parts for the speed limit's 55. And I didn't really have any trouble keeping up with traffic on this, because luckily, you know, there's a lot of stoplights. So even though the speed limit's 55, people aren't often doing 60 or 70, they're doing closer to 55. So this was able to handle that just fine. As opposed to, I used to have a Honda Navi, which I think would have, because the Navi tops out, at least with me on it, if you're on a road with, you know, wind and stuff, it topped out around 50, 51. As opposed to the Trail 125 has a little bit more oomph, because it has the extra 15 cc's of motor, and then instead of being a CVT automatic transmission, it is a semi-auto or auto, where you have to shift the gears. So there are 4 gears, which isn't that tall of a gear, you know, configuration when you think about it. Because the last, you know, kind of street bike I had a few years ago, a Honda CBR, was a 6-speed. I actually don't remember exactly. I thought there would have been signs indicating how you get to the other parks, but maybe not. Has throughout the course of the day, it has rained off and on, so it looks a little bit gloomy out right now, but I don't think it's supposed to rain. Actually, I'm gonna go this way. I don't know if this goes where I'm wanting to go or not. Well, maybe not, because now these look like a bunch of condos or apartments. Or maybe this does go the way I want. I can't remember. Because one thing I have not done, I don't have any type of phone mount on the handlebars to have my phone displayed, where you can put your phone out to get GPS and stuff like that. Instead, in my helmet, because I have a Ruroc Atlas 4.0 helmet, and I think I need to turn around, because I think this is going towards, I don't know where this is going, but it has, it's an Atlas 4.0 Ruroc helmet. It has a sound system you can get for it, which was the Shockwave sound system. So I installed that, and it's just where there's a unit that connects in the back that's Bluetooth, and then it has speakers on both sides of the helmet and a microphone, so you can take and receive calls. So I got that, but it does not work with Siri, where you can just, because I know a lot of, headphones, you can just say, hey Siri, and then it activates, and then you can ask whatever your request is. This does not do that. You have to operate it from, I'm going to turn around and go the other way. You have to, either start it off on your phone, or you can, receive phone calls. And then you can also, you can have it start or stop playing music or whatever the last audio thing you're listening to was. So you can do that, but you can't use this as a full-on, hands-free set where you can use Siri to do whatever you want. However, when I'm going for rides, I can open up my phone before I leave and put in the destination and turn that on, and then it has the instructions and the navigation coming through the helmet, and it's all good to go. And then also, I can also sit there from my Apple Watch and activate what I want to do on the maps, and then the audio for it comes through the speaker. So pretty useful. I mean, I know you can get different helmets have different audio systems, and then people also use the audio systems where you can link them together between the multiple riders and have like an intercom system. I don't typically go on rides with other people like that, so I didn't really feel the need to get a setup that I could chain together with other bikes. Because on the, off chance I do go riding with someone else, I guess I can just, if they have a setup, you can just call each other or something. Yeah, we'll go the opposite direction. And turn up here and see if that is the way to go. But yeah, the I have seen where some people get little displays that go on the handlebars of their bike, where it's kind of like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but it's just, connecting to your phone via Bluetooth and just having that display, which is cool, but I think it could also serve to be a bit distracting, and it's also having just more junk on the front. And two, I also don't have the phone on the handlebars because I know that there are a number of people that have experiences where they put a phone holder on their handlebars and they put their phone in it, and then the bike's vibration over time causes the gyroscope on their phone's camera to mess up, and then it doesn't take pictures correctly after that point. So that was something else to take into consideration. I mean, this Trail 125, it is not the loudest, most aggressively idling bike, regardless. But I figured, better safe than sorry if there aren't that many times I ever really need to access the phone. This is Tucker Station Road, I believe. No, I turned off Tucker Station Road onto Pope Lake Road. But I think I'll turn up here at this other street. Again, I'm kind of, because I've gone through this route before. I thought that they had signs that say how to get to the other parks, but I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Now, an unfortunate thing is that the speed limit through here is 35. Like I said, it seems like most people haven't been speeding way too much, but I have had a few instances where I'm having to check my mirrors because people are getting a little bit close. we'll see where this goes. If I don't end up getting to the park, I guess that's okay. I don't want to go on this ride forever, but yeah, but the trail bike, this Trail 125, I think the thing that would make a ride like this more fun is if you do have access to somewhere that you can go off-road. So in some of the bikes I have, or some of the videos where I've been on like one of the e-bikes, you know, I'm a little bit more okay with those going off-road in places where it may be borderline because it's electric. Obviously not on what looks like private property, but on, you know, public spaces. But on a gas bike like this, you don't want to do that, especially one that has an actual license plate. And is heavier. $10 miles per hour. Yeah, this is, I don't know where I am at all. Guess I'll just continue to explore. So this is exploring off of Taylorsville Road, kind of by the Parklands area. And two, hopefully the audio throughout this has been okay, because what I do now is I take a little DJI MIC 2 that has internal 32-bit float storage, and I just set that inside my helmet, and I have this magnetic pendant thing that came with my Insta360 Go 3, and I just snap that on the bottom so that holds the mic in place inside my helmet, and then I'm able to get 32-bit float audio, and that just means that even though my mouth will be right on the microphone, and it would typically blow out the audio unless you go and change the settings to like negative 15 or 20 or something. It won't blow out, and I can go in the editing and just properly set the levels, and I'm good to go. Yeah, I actually have no clue where I am. But, you know, this kind of riding can be fun. Do you know that, like, any of the, when I've been riding through here, occasionally you see like a gravel road or something, but I'm 99% sure any of those are just going to someone's private property, not a public access thing that's a road that you would want to use. Yeah, so actually the only part of the Parklands I actually touched today was over by Public Park. But it is interesting being out in this area because you do have a mixture of, you know, more kind of modest homes in a semi-rural area. And then you have homes that are kind of mansions. Kind of like a different mixture. And then you're not very far from being in Louisville Metro proper. Like I said, I took Taylorsville Road to come up here. And Taylorsville Road, if you continue back the opposite direction from where I came, then it takes you down, eventually intersects with Bardstown Road. And then crosses Bardstown Road to become Trevilian, so it's not exactly a super far away location. And then the video today I've been recording with the Insta360 Ace Pro, which has kind of been my go-to action camera for a while, because I did have a GoPro Hero 11 Mini that I was using, but then I just eventually kind of got out of using that. Oh, actually, this is going to take me to the parks. The main reason I end up using the Ace Pro more is that it's much better in low light. So if I'm doing videos where it's going to go from the day into the evening or the night, it does much better in low light conditions. And then it, you know, both the GoPro and the Ace Pro have the ability to shoot video in a mode where you can go into their either the phone app, the iPad app, or the desktop app and reframe the footage. Basically, it has I think both these cameras have a 4x3 sensor, and then if you shoot in the standard video mode, all it's doing is just cropping a piece of that sensor out. So you can record in modes on both cameras where it captures the full sensor, and then when you're editing, you can change the aspect ratio of the footage to be, you know, 16:9 like widescreen, or 4:3, and actually get different slices of the sensor. So you're not just getting, you know, if you want to put something on vertical video for TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you don't have to just take a very tiny slice of a widescreen video that may not really capture what you're wanting. You can actually go into the camera via the apps or the desktop app and take a 4:3 or a 1:1 video, and then you can put it in a 9:16 timeline, and then you just have, you know, small black bars on top and bottom, but you're getting a lot more image, versus if you just took the widescreen video and just took a vertical slice out of it. So the GoPro and the Insta360 Ace Pro do that, but the Insta360 just has really good low light capabilities for an action camera, not in the realm of all cameras. So that's part of why I've been using it a lot. So this is by the Beckley Creek soccer fields. As you can probably see, there are soccer goals over there. Sure, there's a lot of youth sports that go on in those locations. Yeah, so a lot of exploring around to get to where I eventually wanted to go, and I more came across this accidentally than on purpose. So yeah, so these are really fun parks to come out to if you want to go hike, walk around, ride your bike, play soccer, throw a football, you know, a lot of activities you can do here. And now I am at Beckley Creek Park. And there are signs about no motorized vehicles, so don't take something like this up there. But in this part of the park, they have a big walking path that goes in a circle around a big interior field. So this is a nice place to come check out. I'll go a little bit further, then I'll wrap up. Yeah, so I'm glad that I finally got back to where I intended to go from the start. Maybe I should have actually pulled up the GPS so it just took me directly here instead of wandering around. Yeah, so this is Beckley Creek Park that I'm leaving, and then there's a path over here to the left, and you know, you can run, walk, cycle, whatever through here, and it goes alongside the creek that runs through here, and then it takes you, if you continue and follow it all the way through, it takes you to other parts of the park. So if you really want to, you know, especially if you want to do a long bike ride trip or something, you can go very far at the Parklands, going kind of from one extreme end to the other. Because I know that my girlfriend and I, we had come here before. I think it was still in the winter, but they were doing night hikes. So we came up here and did a night hike at the Beckley Creek Park area, which was interesting. It was right after a bunch of snow had melted, so it was kind of muddy. Which, you know, you're going in nature, that's part of what you expect, but I think most people did not bring appropriate footwear for the occasion. I was trying to take this to the, I think, because I forget on the street where everything is, because I've gone through here before on just the actual trails. So there's a lot of people that go fishing through here. So there's a lot of natural bodies of water to go fishing. And there's a overlook over the lake, which you can get to not by vehicle, by foot. Okay, yeah, there's some yeah, because I've gone up here before. Again, I forget where all the roads are because I was just on foot or on a bike, so I was just taking the trails. But the park kind of ends up here at this silo, which brings you to a trailhead. But yeah, so this was taking the Honda Trail 125 out for a ride in kind of the Parklands area in Louisville, Kentucky. But until next time.